And I remember thinking about it and doing the math. And the moment I said yes to platinum, I became her. There was no question. The moment I said yes, I became her. There was a level of self-confidence, like that authority of like, wow, I am that woman who believes so deeply in herself that this is just a hell yes. And I've never one day regretted it. Not one day.
So I am elated to sit here and have a conversation with one of my favorite souls. You know, there are times where clients come into your life and then you're like, oh no, this is a lot deeper than that. This is a soul love affair, at least from where I sit. And Tarryn is profound in the work that she does through our certification. There are things she's continued to invest in because of who she's become through our work together. And she is the go-to to work with dentists and orthodontists, everyone in that medical field when it comes to nervous system-led leadership, teams, expansion. I'm going to let her share it, but I first just want to acknowledge how proud I am of you, how amazed I am by you, how you continue to see how great it's going to get, push your own edges out, lean into expansion because you understand what we're really doing here, right? As like the objective of our souls and answering our calling. And I'm just so fucking proud of you. So hi.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I mean that like from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful to live this life. I am so grateful to breathe in this air. I am so grateful to look at this gorgeous sky. And I'm so grateful to share the wisdom and the opportunity for people to feel that same level of life in their bodies, especially with the women that I serve, the women who are taking care of other women. And so I don't see, I every day I wake up, I'm like, I get to do this. I get to do this. I get to do this work. And I feel in awe every single day. And I'm so grateful to you because really this work is what got me here. And that's why I care so deeply about it and why I'm so passionate about this, because I know if that could change things for me in my life, it has that potential for so many other women. And then the ripple effect.
Yes, 1,000 times. And one thing I want to highlight, like that piece, when we are so in our bodies and so it's like there are two main pieces, our bodies and the thing that's bigger than us. And then when we learn how to run the mind, right, then we live in what you're saying. I just had this conversation the other day on one of our calls. When you can tap into awe as a natural daily way of being, because that is what is. It's just miraculous. And we all get to have the journey of becoming the version of ourselves that is available to tolerate awe on a daily basis.
Oh, and it is so sweet. It is so sweet. It is so beautiful. It is, now we're going off topic a little bit, but I just want to share this. So my dad passed away 2 weeks ago and we had a service for him this past weekend. And he was home on hospice for a week of like in the house, taking care of him, seeing like the truth of what human bodies go through in their last days, like unsanitized from a hospital setting and just like taking care of him and all. And the level of awe that I was able to hold the entire time. And not just my ability, but noticing my kids, the level of awe they had for every moment. My mom, I mean, this has been so painful and so difficult. Yes. And the awe for the pain even. It's just been the most gorgeous, incredible experience. And I know that if this work was not a part of me, I would not have seen the beauty of life. This is life. This is a part of our lives. One day it'll end. And even that is exquisitely awe-inspiring. It's just been so beautiful. And then if that's awe-inspiring, then what are we doing here other than just playing and having a great freaking time in the process? Like, what's the point if we're not having a blast in doing so?
exactly, because it's in that state that we're actually creating, right? And
Yes.
that's the biggest shift, I know, especially for the gorgeous population you serve. So, who do you serve in the way you say? I know I say it the way I do, but
Yeah.
who do you serve?
So I serve doctors and dentists, women in particular, and I definitely work with men, but I adore working with women because of the power that we have to influence the world around us. I
Mm.
really feel so deeply about that, and I witness it on a daily basis. But I work with women who are taking care of everyone else
Yeah.
and showing them how to take care of themselves with the intention of showing up in an even better way for the people we serve. And it really is amazing to me how when we can hand this sovereignty to women, they then hand it to everyone around them. And for me, like I feel so grateful to be a part of literally changing the world on a daily basis. I used to say I empower people with their smiles. Now I'm empowering women who are empowering people with their smiles. Like I'm literally changing the world on a daily basis, and it feels phenomenal.
Ah, yes. And that's what you are, right? World changers. And that's what we call all of you when you come through
Yes,
certification, right? Which is now becoming certified, you know, and you become a CNIEP, right? Certified Neuroidentity Evolution Practitioner. That's why I call you all world changers, because we actively are first by embodying it
yes,
ourselves, right? Which is what
imperative.
makes you the most successful facilitator, practitioner, coach, mentor, whatever, right? And then by realizing that the work brought out into others is the ripple effect that actually changes the world.
And this is the new paradigm. It's no longer the guru on the mountain that makes the change of the world. It's no longer waiting for someone to come and save us. That's our job now. It's like
Ah,
that baton has now been passed. It's now me. It's now you.
yes.
It's now
It's now me,
us.
it's now you. And especially right now in the time we're in, it's women as we
Yes.
watch the part of the male piece of the patriarchal influence start to crumble, how even more, and I'm like hot and bothered in the best way about this,
Huge. Me too.
even more that it's like, ladies, it is time. Like, it's almost like, you know, it's the parting of the Red Sea happening again. It's time for all women to be embodied, all women to rise in their ability to really tap into the depth and breadth of the leaders that they are in this world.
And it's right now.
Yeah.
It's right now, which is so exciting. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've reincarnated over and over
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
over and over again is for right now. And this is with the work that we do is by showing other women, I say women, but yes, men as well, need to know this, how to tap into that leadership themselves. It's never been more important because it's the ground roots that are going to shape our future.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
without a doubt. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
good. So good. Okay. So I want to talk to you about platinum. So you came into this beautiful world and you came to certification and you got certified and it
Yes.
was fabulous and magical. And then at some point, you made the decision to move away from what I'm like our foundational like license where you can only teach it live and there are limitations in your marketing and all of that. And you made a decision to upgrade into platinum, right? Which gives you basically the keys to the queendom with the only restriction of not being able to certify other people in NIE. But otherwise, the world is your oyster, right? So I'm curious, what was your service business model like before you said yes to platinum and what made you say yes?
Okay. First of all, it was awesome. It was great. I loved what I did.
Yeah.
It was delivering this beautiful program live
Mm-hmm.
to women doctors and dentists. And what it looked like at the time was I needed to be on there twice a week during the delivery of the program, during my version of what at the time we called mind magic way back when, and now what I call radical happiness. So radical happiness looked like bringing them in twice a week. The first one would be delivering the beautiful content, and then the second one would be coaching on it. And the limitation for my clients was huge because I guide women who are very busy, who are extremely successful, who are working all day long and then pouring into their children all night. That's literally who I am marketing to, are women who don't have time.
Yeah.
And for me to bring them twice a week was a huge interruption to their ability to say yes. I'm literally marketing to women who don't have time, who feel overwhelmed. And I'm saying, now you got to meet with me twice a week, was a big ask. And what I was noticing is the work is always, it works 100% of the time, not 90% of the, 100% of the time. And the interrupter to that success for me was how frequently they needed to show up live in the week. And I tried all kinds of variations to that. Now let's also see what my situation looked like. It limited me to what I could do in terms of capacity for holding other people. So what I noticed is I'd have this group of women for a certain amount of time. It was magical and amazing and phenomenal. And then energetically, it would hold me for so long, and then I'd have to start all over again. And there was like a little bit of an interruption of flow for me energetically, creatively, in terms of how I was holding space for them. It was so much energetic serving of them that it was actually out of integrity to my messaging.
Yes.
It was actually out of integrity, because here I am sharing with them the beautiful how to navigate life with more capacity, how to, create more ease in your life. And it was actually, for me in my business, creating a little bit more dissonance, because it took so much effort in this short amount of time. And I'm a big proponent of sprints and creating like passionate engagement, and here we go. But that cadence for me, I kind of didn't love anymore, because that was when, as I was looking into the year ahead, I thought, oh my gosh, there's going to be these moments where I'm so engaged in that one group that I don't have the bandwidth to also be in creation or in nurturing other opportunities. And as my business was growing, it felt more and more limiting. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And that makes a lot of sense. And I want to just witness you and underscore. It's like you come out of certification, right? And we give you everything, right? Like literally everything, so that you can just change the world, which was my
yes.
goal, right? And then as you get more and more successful with it, then you notice that without platinum, it's almost like your capacity shrinks, because you're focused on service. And then we also get to, as founders and leaders, we need to be able to market and sell, and that way getting ready for the next thing. So it becomes more in flow for you, gives you more expansion in your capacity. And then always as a direct result, that affects your clients.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And there was also a part where I felt I was always keeping an eye, and this is just full transparency. I was always feeling a little bit of, am I doing something that's not following the rules of my certification? So, for example, one of the ways that I love to market what we do here at The Business of Happiness is I go on other podcasts. And those podcast platforms, I was noticing I would be answering, but without my full authority, because there were things that I was like, I don't know if I can say this, knowing that it would be recorded on someone else's platform. Or I was writing a book, which, by the way, my book is almost complete. I'm so excited. And I kept noticing, I was like, I want to say this in this beautiful way. I really believe so deeply in this. And I'm holding back a little bit, because it's not my intellectual property to put out there for eternity. It really is. I'm so happy to be sharing this. It's so impactful, and I believe so deeply in it, but I was constantly editing myself. And that takes energy too. That's draws from you energetically when you're constantly watching what you're saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. And ultimately, platinum is for freedom, right? I mean, platinum gives you, as the practitioner, the ability to do hybrids, right? Like you're doing now, like you pre-recorded the teachings and then be able to show up live for the coaching, integration, and embodiment. It allows you to build passive products like the morning drive, that you built it, that type of vibe. It allows you to run funnels and not think about it. Use a masterclass that you taught live and then just turn it into an evergreen funnel and not have to reteach it and let it run for you, right? Build memberships, pre-record trainings, like all of it. And the other thing too that I want to emphasize, it allows you to leave it where you teach it. So if you're speaking for the Dentalist Association as a example,
Right.
and they're like, great, that was the best thing ever. Can we put it in the back of our system and use it for onboarding? Yes. Like there's just, it's freedom. It's no limit. So how has your level of freedom and leverage changed energetically and in your revenue as a result of the platinum investment?
Oh, enormously. Enormously. So the really fun thing is the moment I committed, I up leveled that second.
Always.
I was like, I am now the woman who
Yes.
believes in herself so deeply that this is what I do. And I mean, that number was a big number to me at the time. And I remember, thinking about it and doing the math. And the moment I said yes to platinum, I became her. There was no question. The moment I said yes, I became her. There was a level of self-confidence, like that authority of like, wow, I am that woman who believes so deeply in herself that this is just a hell yes. And I've never one day regretted it. Not one day. And within the first 2 months of having said yes to platinum, I had shifted my business model completely, but within one of the biggest early changes was I was able to run 2 groups at once immediately. And the reason why is, so this is for my business model, particular to my business model, I started getting these hits, and the universe was giving me these little crumbs and offerings of teaching to men. And I had a couple of male clients, and suddenly I had 3, 4 male clients, and I don't love to do one-on-ones in a large capacity. I have a very small number. I charge a lot for it. Why? Because I have this beautiful group program where I can see lots of people. So my one-on-ones, I keep very limited, and I love my one-on-ones, but that's a very high ticket price for me in my business. So the men started coming, and I thought, oh, wait a minute. Suddenly I have a group. I don't have the capacity to see all these men one-on-one. And this was I didn't realize this until right now. One of the benefits of platinum for me is I got to say yes to opportunities because of the freedom it allowed me just to try it out. So within the first 3 months, I had 2 groups, a women's group and a men's group. Now I was showing up for only coaching hour. So I had this beautiful hybrid, as you mentioned, this hybrid model where they watched the lessons online. I then also created a podcast version of them. And I'm very clear when they need to see or sit down or not be listening in their car, on their walk with their dogs. But it gave them flexibility. So for my clients, that was everything. It was really hard for them to show up twice a week live for an hour and a half each time, but they could do a 10-minute module or a 20-minute module or a 30-minute module while they were sitting in the car in line somewhere or while they were on their lunch break. That they could consume during the week. And then we come together for this live, fully present moment where we can all share and be in community and all the benefits of having a group program. And so within the first 3 months, I had 2 groups. Now, in terms of my time, I was doing the same thing, but I had twice as many clients. I was the same amount of time, literally doubled my number of clients I could see. My capacity immediately expanded. And to your point around offering it to other people's communities, it expanded huge. So I'd never done any B2B before. I think I even asked you, I was like, on one of our calls, I was like, what is B2B? Didn't even know what that was. And now there was another person's community, and he was like, I have this library where this is what I benefit their their subscription. I have this library. Could you record some things for the library? Absolutely. Now I have the freedom to do that, and I could charge for that. I could say, absolutely, this is my intellectual property. However, there's a value to that. And the value even increased because it was a fixed number, but now every person who sees my work gets to know me a little bit, and they get a free call with me, and now they know the value of the work because it's such high quality. It's not just like a free PDF that I might have created on a weekend. This is like, no, this is the real thing that's going to actually change your life, and I'm giving it to you for free. And the value is enormous. They're blown away every time. I'm not selling to them. This man is paying for his marketing, but they're all seeing this enormously high value, high quality, one time recorded, beautiful presentation. And now they know what it would look like to work with me. It's such a great marketing.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that for every reason why I would be. And I want to underscore, like, so in that instance, in doubling your client base, and also you got to play with the men population, right, in a different way to see like how it resonated. Like we always say, right, we've got to see how energy flows to know who our ideal person really is, right?
So I learned so much. It was so good.
It's invaluable. And I used to do the same thing. Like you don't know who really, really, really is your sweet spot until you have the capacity and flexibility to play and be like, okay, that was great, but this is greater, right? This is really where I belong to be. And the coolest thing about being able to, number one, get paid, drive revenue by creating a training that lives in someone else's, I'll say ecosystem, CRM, LMS, wherever it lives. And then that is constantly running in that person's space. And then, so not only are you getting paid, and then it becomes a major marketing lead source that is then already qualified. And especially in this day and age of what I'm calling the perfect storm of AI revolution and industry distrust, it has never been more essential to be able to truly be in a real person's energy, understand the tone of your voice, how you teach, what's coming through you, so that resonance can occur, right?
Yeah.
I want to underscore, like, it's so important, especially now.
And going back to the energetic receivership on the other side of it, when they feel that real person, right? The real passion, the real impact of the work. Now add in, I'm so much more confident delivering it because I'm not watching what I'm saying. I'm not like, okay, so the thought loop is one great example, right? The thought loop is magical. And we all, all the coaches out there, like we all know the coach's version that we learned, that
the CBT model of TFAR.
Exactly. The TFAR model. So I would be giving TFAR because that I can talk about, right? But it's not the magic. It doesn't, like, I didn't show up energetically the same way because I believe so deeply in this work. I've seen it work so incredibly with my clients that energetically I wasn't showing up. Even if I was doing a podcast on someone else's podcast and I was talking about thoughts and emotions and behavior, it wasn't the same energetic presence that I know that my clients resonate with when they see me show up fully as me. Yeah. And when I had that little bit of liberation, which it was huge with Platinum, I just took off. It was really fun. And things started changing in terms of my deeper belief in myself. I sold much larger packages. I showed up so confidently because the recording was possible. I always had options for people who couldn't afford my services. So I didn't hold any kind of discomfort around, oh, I want to make this available to everyone. There are people who can't afford this. I felt like I was giving everything for free. You can get everything I teach now, you can receive for free on my podcast. So if you're not comfortable with this level of investment in yourself, I know I've delivered with integrity to every single woman in healthcare. There's no question they can access. I have 400 episodes on the Business of Happiness podcast. And in there are now everything from the work that I actually do, not the watered down version of it, but like the part that I show up fully as myself. So my confidence in sales skyrocketed because now I know if this is what you need, that support, that accountability, that group, that container to help you work through the work, which is so powerful, this is the investment you're going to make. And I feel very confident selling it that way.
Yeah, that makes beautiful sense. And, for the person who needed more exposure to you, right? They needed more episodes and then they finally took the leap. Or like I know, and I'll say this to you because I know it was true for me and I know it's true for you. There are women binging your podcast right now that you will never even know that were self-starting enough to be like, I'm just going to do it earnestly and I'm going to change. And one day this makes me emotional because it happens to me all the time. Then you get a message and it's just like, thank you for putting all that out there. Thank you for showing up so fully and so lovingly. And I listened and I implemented and I listened and I implemented and this is my result. And they weren't even in your program. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just so nice and not even nice. That's a bullshit word. It's so of service.
Yes.
It's so of our heart mission drivenness to know that if you are attracted to you in this work or me in this work, there's all the places, babe. Like you just decide what feels resonant right now. And if you show up for yourself, shit's going to work 100% of the time.
That literally happened to me this weekend at my dad's funeral. A little old lady, I don't even know. She's a friend of my mom's. My mom puts all my things on Facebook. She listened to one of my podcasts. She's never been in healthcare. And she came up to me and she was like, I feel like I know you. I listen to every podcast. Thank you. You have made so much change in my life. And she will never be a part of any of my programs. She's not in healthcare, but that is exactly it. And I feel so grateful. It's that awe part again, where I get to just have awe and live in that place of like, wow, I get to give this support to anybody who's listening. And now I'm no longer editing myself.
Yeah.
That was the freedom I needed. I needed that freedom, that little bit of liberation to just step forward and say, okay, I have no restrictions. This is my body of work. This is my intellectual property. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing.
Yeah.
And it is the gift to everybody else, right? Like this beautiful woman benefited from it.
Right. Exactly. It's so powerful. Amazing. Okay. So one last question.
Yeah.
Before a practitioner who is listening right now, or for someone who is about to apply to certification and consider the journey, right? And there's the foundation level, which is that initial level. And then there's platinum, which is why we're having this whole conversation. What do you want this woman to know about platinum and making the investment in platinum?
I think a big thing is giving yourself permission to be the woman who invests in herself in such a way. And it's not like you're making an investment in something you're not sure about. It's not like I'm taking a chance on this new coach or I'm taking a chance on this new, like, the value of the work that you're delivering, because you're seeing it. So there's no question around the value of it. And now it just becomes, how much do you believe in yourself? And how much, for me, it came down to integrity because of the work that I teach, because the foundation of what I teach is how to create ease and flow and autonomy and sovereignty of your time and of your day and of the way you feel. That was what I was teaching. And when I was now in the background hustling and working and pushing so hard, I was actually out of integrity. And so for me to gain greater capacity, to live that sense of ease, I mean, in the past 3 weeks, I have taken so much time off of work to be with my family. Has not even whispered at my nervous system once because I do the work, number one. And I'm in the middle. I'm in week 6 of the program right now with my community. Week 6. And I've been able to show up every night, but I'm not having to deliver the content. It's all there for them. My life literally continues. I'm going to Spain in 2 weeks with my family in the middle of this program because the recordings exist. It's what allowed me to have choice, but also to live my life from the same level of integrity of that which I was teaching. And so for me, it was liberating on so many levels.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What about the narrative inside this gorgeous woman's mind that's listening to us right now that's going, oh, it's just expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to that? But it's expensive. It feels like a lot of money. What do you say to that?
I mean, I literally made that money in 3 months after it was 3 months in that. And now for me, I'm not sure what the model is any longer, but for me, it was a one-time payment.
Yeah. Right now, it's one time, or you can pay it in chunks as long as you're paid off before you use it. Yep. Yep.
That for me, I forget, was that a year and a half ago? I mean,
yeah.
I paid it off in 3 months. It changed my life in 3 months. There's no question. Even if I were to do the ROI cost analysis, it was paid for in 3 months. And now I just keep running these beautiful programs. I think without a doubt, it was definitely the turning point for my business. Everything felt up until that point hard in terms of having enough hours in the day, hours in the week, hours in the month to support the community, the size of the community I wanted to support. And now that's all available to me. Now it's just creativity, right? Now I can offer a bundle to this woman that includes the recordings and a touch point in person once a quarter. And it's a once a quarter meeting with me. And I just sold this big package. And she's got all this value because she's literally watching the recordings from me. So over and over again. And now it's just up to like, how creative and how much fun do you want to have with this? Yes. It's so much opportunity. So that the number isn't even an issue. Within 3 months, the number wasn't even an issue. For me, it was as quickly as I could record it. It took me 3 months to sit down and record it. And it was fun because I got to elevate it. Now I was on stage. For me, that's fun to be like presenting as like, okay, this is the one that's going to live for a little while. And by the way, I'm re-recording it in a couple weeks because I'm excited to bring new energy and new insight to it. And now I don't have to even think about what I'm saying because I'm not worried about the limitations. It is my intellectual property. It's growing, it's changing, it's morphing, and it's got this own life of a life of its own because it doesn't have any restrictions on it anymore.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful for this. It is my deepest desire that everyone that becomes a practitioner chooses platinum.
Yeah.
So that their impact can be deeper and more expansive, so that their income can be endless and constant, right?
And fun.
And fun, because that's the part of it. When you can do whatever you want, when you want, however you want, with the work that I've already proven, that then you have proven, that then every practitioner that comes through and really wants to take this work out into their world, it's my intent to make the platinum choice as like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't I? So I just really appreciate this because as I've said to you before, like I can say my baby's cute, but that's not really objective. It's important that I have conversations like this. So
yeah. And it's time.
Yeah.
It's time that we stood up in greater capacity and realized the power that we actually have.
Yeah.
And it's time to recognize that we don't need to do that from a place of exhaustion or overworking. Like it really gets to be that easy. And if we're saying that, for me, that was the biggest thing. If I'm saying that, I need to make it that easy for me. This is for me that I did this, is I needed to make it that easy for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you.